Right, Prince. So, the usual, yeah, skin fade. I think we're going to stretch it a little bit today so we can see a bit more of the fade, kind of like we did last time. We're not going to touch anything off the top. I might just go in here at the back and chip into it because the profile's a little bit messed up. You can see we need that to be rounded again, so I might just chip into that and get rid of that weight. But yeah, skin, yeah? Okay, mate, no problem. Let's just get this horseshoe sorted, and then we're going to go in with the clippers, yeah? Right, so I'm just going to start off clipper over comb. I just want to put our corner in here so you can see. It's just going to keep this nice and square. Just going to remove all this weight here. Going in straight with a 1.5. This is the 1.5 filler guard. And I'm just coming straight up. I'm not going into it too much. Just nice and square. And this helps just to remove any weight that I need to get rid of. And just once we've already got all that weight out, I'm going to go and put in our zero line. Obviously, I don't want to go too high today with the skin. I want to keep the skin low, but you can see how much space I've got to work with now for that fade. When I'm doing this, I'm coming out a little bit. I'm just flicking it so that the line's a bit softer instead of just stopping there. Just want to keep that shape nice at the back there. Dropped it nicely. I'm switching down to the detailers just to get that a little bit shorter. Bear in mind, we're probably going to use the foils here. I'm just going over the foils now. This is obviously going to take it very, very, very short. I'm just going to do this all the way around. There might still be a little bit of a line in between there and there, so I'll just go and soften that maybe just with the detailers. Right, now I'm just going to take the open 0.5 and we're just going to rub that line out and create almost like another line. But as you can see, because I'm flicking, it's almost creating a bit of a fade. Obviously I want the fade to be a bit cleaner than this. From this point now, I'm going to take it to a 0.25, which is in between the 0 and the half. And this is just rubbing out that little tiny line underneath. Even go with the 0 just because we want to get that 0 line a bit sharper. I'm going to take a number 1 and I'm going to open it. And we're basically just going to fade up. This is a 0.5 filler guard. So basically when it's open it's a 0.75. You can start seeing now that that line's almost disappearing. I'm just blending it with the scissors a little bit here because there's still a little bit of weight running through the top. So just help to lighten it up and stretch it out a bit more. Obviously we want to take it just to that corner that I initially put in with clipper over comb. So I don't want to go any higher than that. So you can see I just want to chip into this a little bit. Just so that when it's sitting, it's a bit more rounded, right? Because it was a little bit too heavy last time. Because we try to maintain the length on the back so that you're still getting that nice rounded shape. But because we've just been doing back and sides for the past couple of haircuts, we need to kind of just make sure that this is still back in check. So I'm just going to use the thinners here and a barber comb just so we can get into that fade a little bit and lighten it up. You can see, obviously, with a barber comb, you're getting right into that, you know. So I'm just softening this a little bit on that fade, so it kind of blurs it out a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to fade his beard in. Obviously, I've left it a little bit lower than normal. I'm going to take a number 1, and I'm actually just going to take it quite low as well. So it gives us a little bit of space to work with fading. I'm just going to go straight into a 0.5, 0 open. And you can see we're starting to rub that out now. 0.25 and then down to the 0, and we've nearly lost that line that we had in there. So just go a little bit shorter with the trimmer. Just gonna clear up on this line here. I might even come into his eyebrow ever so slightly, to be honest, because his eyebrow is quite bushy, but we want to keep that quite natural. So you see how we've just got rid of a little bit of that. Coming down here, I don't want to go into his beard because he's just done the beard today, so it might end up irritating the skin a little bit. See around the ears, sometimes you get those hairs that the foils haven't picked up. So we're going to steal a little bit of sea salt spray here. I'm going to just use this to control the hair because you can see it's a little bit floppy now. So it's going to give him some nice volume and texture running through there, and also just set the hair how we want it. So we're just going to go in and lightly spray all over here. Find the natural way the hair's going to fall on the crown. And we're just going to try and get as much volume as we can out of this. You can already see his head's moving back, so that's the sea salt spray working, giving the hair a little bit of tack, a little bit of stickiness. And it's pumping a bit of volume in. I'm also just bending it a little bit to give him a little bit of movement in the hair. You see it's creating a bit of a wave. I'm just going to grab some spiced citrus here. This is the styling balm, so I would recommend. I mean, he's got quite thick hair, so we're probably going to use a little bit more than usual. The beauty about this is it just kind of disappears in the hair. You know, so we're going to put that natural parting in, just get any flyaway hairs sitting nice and flat here. And then I'm going to just use the excess in the front of the hair. I usually like raking it through first, and then right at the end, once you've got everything in place, you can use the last little bit on the front just to smooth it out a bit.